In the last video, I introduced two apps to help you connect to nature, iNaturalist and Seek, and I demoed Seek. In this video, I'm going to demo iNaturalist and show how iNaturalist is integrated with Seek. Hi, and welcome to A Curious Wonderful Nature, the show that helps city dwellers connect to nature through foraging, citizen science, myths, folklore, storytelling, and also nature-oriented news items. I'm your host, Quinn. Welcome. If you watched the last video, did you end up downloading Seek? Let me know in the comments below if you did. If so, I hope you've been having a great time with it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Seek is an app that uses image recognition technology to identify the living things all around you by accessing the millions of observations gathered from the iNaturalist app. That's the app I'm going to demo for you very soon. The iNaturalist app helps you identify living things in your environment while collecting data for science and conservation efforts. You can connect with a community of millions of scientists, naturalists, and citizen scientists just like you. iNaturalist's mission is to connect people to nature and advance biodiversity, science, and conservation. Now it's time to demo iNaturalist. First, we'll need to download iNaturalist. You'll type in iNaturalist in the search bar or use the links I have provided below. This is the correct app. Click on this to download. You should provide an email, username, and password and click Sign Up. So let's take a look at the iNaturalist interface. At the top center is the username you've selected when you signed up. The next icon is a set of guides. You won't have any that you've created, but there are people nearby in your network that may have created some. And here are some of the organisms they found. Organisms meaning the living things, either plant or animal or fungi. Notice from my network that the names of the animals and the fungi and plants are in French with the scientific names below. The next icon, the wheel, are the app settings. You can change your username and select whether or not you want to upload your observations immediately. There are a number of things here I won't go over now. If you scroll down, you can access a video tutorial for the app. If you click on this, it will take you out of the app. Let's explore the bottom of the screen. Right now, Me is highlighted. I'm actually going to start with Explore. Explore locates your position on the map, but it also will show you the observations others have made nearby. There are different ways to display the information in Explore. At the top, there are three icons. First icon is the map. This is what you're looking at right now. The second is looking at the pictures of the observations. And the last icon will allow you to look at a list of the observations. Whatever view you're in, whether it's the map or the photos or the list, you can just click on an observation and it will give you a fuller page about that observation. The next icon is Activity. There are two tabs here. The first is My Content, where you will find comments about your observations. Like if you've had any questions about something or if there are any corrections to something that you may have uploaded. If you don't have any observations, then you won't see any activity here. I seem to have a few things to review. The other tab is News, which features observations of the day, news highlights, and other items the iNaturalist team finds relevant. I'm now going to jump to the suitcase at the end that says projects. Now these are citizen science ongoing projects that you can join. There are 3 tabs here. The first one is joined, the ones that you have selected to participate in. The second one is the featured projects. Let's see what's there. If you are interested in gastropods, for instance, perhaps you would like to gather observations for this particular animal and join this initiative. Or maybe you want to take a look at the observations of the pollinators in the Global Pollinator Watch. I was very curious about the North American Luna moth. The third tab is nearby, and those feature projects that are close to where you live. Now let's find out how to make an actual observation on iNaturalist. While I was taking a walk, I saw this plant growing along a wall. I had some idea of what it was since it looked familiar to a plant I see a lot, but the leaves were a little different and it seemed a little larger. I kind of guessed it was related to a plant called lesser celandine. I'm going to go to iNaturalist, and when I open the screen, I am on the Me icon. I'll go to Observe. Selecting Observe gives me 4 options. No media means that you can just make notes. Camera means you will take a photo of the plant, animal, or fungi you're observing. Photo library means that you've already taken a photo and that you just want to upload the image to iNaturalist. And lastly, record sound means that you are capturing an animal sound of some type, like a bird call. We're going to take a photo, so I'll choose camera. I'm going to try to take a photo that is representative of the plant, so I'll try to get the flowers, the leaves, and hopefully get some of the stem. Now I'll take a picture. I can choose to retake it or to use the one I just took. I'm going to use this one. I'll give iNaturalist permission to add photos. And now I'm at another screen. Below the picture it says, "What did you see?" Notice that there is an arrow at the right, and that will give you another screen when you click on it. So it takes a couple of seconds. The first possibility it gives me with this plant is the genus of celandine, which was my guess since this plant reminded me of lesser celandine, which you may know as fig buttercup. There is also a more specific option, which is greater celandine. It's gotten to the species, so I'm going to choose that one. The next thing I do is to leave a note. I don't have to, but I wanted to add to the observations that have been collected. Lastly, notice that the date, street, and time have been recorded for the observation automatically. I'm now going to click Share, which will record my observation in iNaturalist and will add it to the observations in my area. In my last video, I said that you could submit to iNaturalist from Seek. Here's a demo of that. When I was walking around, I saw a bunch of interesting mushrooms. I tried to use Seek, and although I did get a fleeting identification of brick caps, I'm not sure. I wasn't able to get a clear ID. So I think I'm going to submit this again. I went into Seek and I submitted one of the photos I took of the mushrooms. I am not completely happy with this submission because it doesn't show the stipe or the stem of the mushroom, and it doesn't show the gills, the structures that are underneath the cap. So I think it's incomplete information, but we'll see. Notice that I have the option to take another photo, but I'm no longer at the location. I also have the option of posting to iNaturalist, so I'm going to do that right now. While iNaturalist recorded the date of the photo, it doesn't have the location. I select location and I'm taken to a map. I hone in on the approximate location and select Save Location. I then make notes underneath the photo and even say that my guess is that these are brick caps. After I make the note, I post to iNaturalist. So it may take a couple of days and I have some other photos that I can provide to them, but I'm not going to show it in this video, maybe in a later one. For now, I think you're all set to use iNaturalist. That's it. Your demo for iNaturalist, as well as using iNaturalist with Seek. If you missed the video about the Seek app, go to the video above or in the description below. Thanks for watching A Curious Wonderful Nature, and make sure you like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment below. Are you going to use iNaturalist? See you in the next video. Be curious, stay wondering, and bye for now.